So the first topic I want to talk about is that the first official trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day came out. Thought this trailer was great. To me, this was a fantastic first trailer. I'm really excited for this movie. I also love how Sony marketed the lead up to this show, where they had fans around the world releasing clips online before the first official trailer came out. I thought that was really creative how they did the marketing leading up to this trailer. It reminds me of like what Disney did with Avengers Doomsday, where you had them release the four teasers for the first 4 weeks of the new Avatar movie. Like it kept people talking about the Avengers movie, and I love how this kept people talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. And it worked obviously because this trailer got tons of views. So I would love to see more studios do this, what Disney did with Avengers and what Sony did with the Spider-Man trailer here, where you get people constantly talking about the movie. So it just builds up excitement. So I thought it was really great how Sony marketed the lead up to this show. I thought it was a great way how they did. And the things that I love about this trailer is this. There's so many great like action shots in this trailer. There's so many like images in this trailer that looks like it's pulled straight from the comics. It feels like this is made by a director who really loves the character. And this is a director who did Shang-Chi, which I loved Shang-Chi. I thought that was one of the best MCU movies, one of the best multiverse saga movies. I thought that director did a fantastic job. And there's just so many images in this trailer. It's like, man, I just pulled straight from the comics. And I love the tone of this show, where you can tell this is a more mature Peter Parker, more mature Spider-Man now. Like I love the John Ross, Tom Holland previous Spider-Man shows, and I love Tom Holland Spider-Man slash Peter Parker so far. I think he's done a great job of really capturing that youthfulness, that awkwardness, that nerdiness, and just the underdog quality of Peter Parker. To me, him and Tony Maguire are my favorite Spider-Man slash Peter Parkers. And he's just done a great job so far. And I love how this trailer, tone-wise, feels different from the previous Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy. That previous Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy I thought was great and did a great job of capturing a high school Peter Parker where, when you're in high school, you don't take stuff serious. It's, like, to me, when you're in high school, you make more mistakes. You don't tend to think things through. And I do think that trilogy did a great job of just capturing what would a high school Peter Parker be. And I love the fact we had a whole trilogy that explores high school years. I love the fact we're having a trilogy here that really explores an older Peter Parker, a young adult Peter Parker, where he's an adult now. He's in college. So I love the fact this feels like the start of a new era for Tom Holland's Spider-Man, where it's still a continuation, but also at the same time, it feels like a fresh new start for this Spider-Man trilogy. So you can really feel it with the tone in this trailer. I love seeing all the different villains in this trailer. I love the fact we're bringing back Scorpion, where he's going to become Scorpion this time, because they hinted at that at the end of Homecoming in the credit scene. Looks like we got the hand in there. We do get two moments with Bruce Banner, which I think it makes sense for him to be in this because of the fact that he is, since it looks like Peter Parker's going to do some type of mutation in the trailer, that he would be somebody Peter Parker would talk to since Bruce Banner is a scientist. So to me, it makes sense why Bruce Banner would be in this. From what it seems like, with the fact that Peter Parker's going to do some type of mutation with his powers in his body. I do think we're going to get Savage Hawk in this movie. Like I do feel like he's going to get back to the Angry Hawk. We do see him have that device on him from She-Hulk that he explained that keeps the Hawk in. I have a feeling something's going to happen. We're going to get Angry Hawk again. And that's going to lead to Avengers Secret Wars. Or if they happen to announce that he is going to be in Doomsday, because I know they haven't announced, I think, the whole cast for that movie yet. At least I'm not sure. I still think there's a chance he could maybe pop up in Doomsday, but I think most likely he'll be in Secret Wars. I think this is going to build up to Secret Wars over this character where they're going to go with him. I love the moment with Punisher and Spider-Man too. Like to me, I love seeing these two characters interact, and I love the fact we get to see Punisher in a movie again. Like I want to see. I hope someday we get to see like a Punisher movie. I know they have the Punisher special coming out, but I would love to see a Punisher movie with John Bosworth as Punisher because I think he's been the best Punisher personally. And I thought that was just a really funny moment where Spider-Man, you see Punisher shoot Spider-Man through his van, and then Spider-Man just like kicks through Punisher's van, and Punisher's about to curse, and Spider-Man webs his mouth. I thought that was just a really funny moment. Like I think you're gonna get some great funny moments between Punisher and Spider-Man because of how different tone lines those characters are, where Spider-Man's PG-13 and Punisher's R-rated character, and the idea that Punisher just he'll kill people while Spider-Man won't. So I think you're gonna get some great tension and fun between those two characters. So I thought that was a really funny moment, and the idea of him going through this mutation I think looks really interesting. Like I have a feeling this is just a theory. I think we're gonna get Man Spider in this, which I remember that in the '90s animated show, which I think is a really cool story. I think that's a really cool storyline you could do with Spider-Man when it comes to him like going through this mutation because of his stress in life, where you can see the pain in him, where it's like him having to give up his best friend and his girlfriend from high school, where he had to make him forget who he was. I think will lead to like why his body's going through this mutation. And I think the man spider looks really cool in my opinion. I think it's a cool storyline you could do. That's something I love about this trailer is that you really see the pain in Peter Parker in this trailer, where you see the fact that he's he's being Spider-Man all the time is make is like hurting him. Like I love the line in the trailer where he's like, you don't know me, but we knew each other a few years ago." And you see how he's like watching over Ned, seeing MJ and Ned on his phone at the college, because they were all gonna go to the same college and No Way Home at the end of that. And then maybe see really see the pain in Peter Parker's eyes in this trailer. And I love the shot at the beginning. You see him go out the building, and you see the inside of his mask. Like to me, I thought it was a cool shot. It's something a shot we haven't seen in a previous Spider-Man movie that I can at least remember. So I love the fact this trailer at least, like really gives you the vibe of like this is a more mature Peter Parker. Like it feels like okay, he's a young adult now, and you see how much it's a struggle when it comes to him being Spider-Man all the time because it hurts Peter Parker, and I love how you just really feel it in this trailer. And there's a shot in the trailer where you see like his eyes go black, which I'm guessing is gonna be part of the mutation. And also, I'm wondering if we're gonna get him getting organic webbing because we do see a shot in the trailer where he's coming out of Cocoon Web, and you see him with like realize he doesn't have his web shooters. And he's about to fall, and you see what looks like possibly him shooting organic webbing. We don't actually see it. We don't see organic webbing coming out of his arm. So again, this is one of those things where I'm wondering if we're gonna get that in this movie. I could see them going down that route if it's a mutation. This trailer, in my opinion, doesn't confirm it though. If they do the organic weapon, I don't personally have a problem with that. I know some people aren't really behind the idea of him having organic webbing because of the fact that the web shooters are like shows like the scientist side of Peter Parker. At the end of the day, for me personally, I don't care what he has if he has organic webbing or the web shooters. I didn't have a problem with organic webbing in the Tom Maguire Spider-Man movies. It's one of those things where I'm like, it doesn't. That's not what makes Peter Parker a great character to me. Like, yes, it does show with the web shooters. It does like show like more of a scientist side. At the end of the day, for me though, Peter Parker is a great character because he's a relatable character. And if he doesn't have web shooters, that doesn't really matter to me either way because it doesn't take away from how great of a character he is. So like if this is hinting at them doing organic webbing, I don't personally have a problem with that dress. And if that's the direction they're heading with this trilogy. Overall, though, I thought this was a great trailer, in my opinion. We do get a quick shot of the actress from Stranger Things. That's rumored to be playing Jean Grey. Whether those rumors are true or not, I don't know. It's only one shot. It's a quick shot. Where it's like I think that's supposed to be held behind in the shot where she's like wearing a hoodie and you don't see her face. Doesn't really give you any hint of like who a character is. So I am curious like who a character is going to be. It hasn't been like confirmed what character she's playing. There's been a bunch of rumors, but again, these are all rumors. So I'm curious to find out who a character is going to be in the Spider-Man movie. The next topic is the first official trailer for Dune Part 3 came out. I thought this was a great trailer for Dune Part 3. I love the first two Dune movies, so I cannot wait for this movie. And I love how this movie just like you really feel that okay, this is a war now. Because the end of the second movie, you see Timothy Salin's character where he's about to go war. He's about to go to war with all these different Fistons in the Dune world, Fastons in the Dune world, and you really like feel how his character is. He's going through war in this movie where he's having to protect his family, and I love how you just really feel the epicness of this movie. Where it just really feel like the end of a trilogy, and you feel like okay, this is where it's gonna be. This probably it feels like this is gonna be the most action packed out of the Dune movies. I think the first two movies have done a great job of really getting you invested in these characters into this world. Like I love the world of Doom. So I thought this was a fantastic trailer for Doom Part 3. I cannot wait for this movie. I think it is funny that this movie invents Doomsday. From what it sounds like, reports that they're sticking with the release date. So I love the phase they have for these two movies, where it's become like like when you put the two movies together, it's become like its own day, like they did with Barbenheimer back then. Like I still can't believe both of these movies are released in the same day, but I'm gonna say for both of these movies, like, and I thought this was a great first trailer for Dune Part 3. I cannot wait to see this movie in the end of this trilogy. Really excited for Dune Part 3. The next topic I'm gonna talk about is so the first title reveal teaser came out for Sonic 4. And I'm really excited for this movie, actually. I love Sonic 3. I enjoyed the first two Sonic movies, but Sonic 3 I thought was fantastic. And Shadow's my favorite character in the Sonic games. I thought this was a great title reveal. The big thing that came out of this teaser, which doesn't really show a lot of footage, I did like the teaser though. Like it was cool with the fact you see like the characters and the Chaos Emeralds, and you hear this is where the big reveal is that it's been revealed that Jim Carrey is coming back as Robotnik, which I'm excited for that. Like I love them in Sonic 3. I'll be honest, I don't know why, but in the first two Sonic movies, I felt like he was just a little too much like Jim Carrey, acting like Jim Carrey for me personally. And sometimes that works. Sometimes I'm like, okay, it doesn't feel like he's playing a character. In Sonic 3, for some reason though, it felt like in Sonic 3 he was like it was the first time I really loved him as a character, and I felt like he was playing more of a character, not just Jim Carrey acting like Jim Carrey. I'm excited to see him come back though. After loving him, to me, after loving him a lot in Sonic 3 more than Sonic 1 and 2. And I think it's really cool that this is really the only franchise he's come back to multiple times, more than two. I know with Ace Ventura, he came back for both Ace Ventura sequels, but outside of Ace Ventura, before Sonic, there wasn't really any other franchise where he's come back multiple times, especially four times, because I wasn't sure if he was going to be back. But the fact that they kind of killed off his character in Sonic 3. Now they did kind of kill off his character in Sonic 2, and he did come back for Sonic 3, and I'm glad he's back. It sounds like he loves this franchise. So that's a big part of the teaser. The big news out of the teaser is that he is going to be back as Dr. Robotnik, Jim Carrey, and also another part of the teaser that is revealed in this title teaser is that Shadow will be back. Which I don't really find that to be a big reveal because there was a credit scene at the end of Sonic 3 where it showed Shadow was alive. Which I'm glad to see that. I'm like excited to see his character back. I thought Keanu Reeves was great in the role, and I love the character Shadow. So I'm glad to see he's gonna be back. And I'm excited for the new character Amy too. And I do think this sounds like it's gonna be the most like the most like exciting Sonic movie when it comes to it seems like it's hitting towards when you see Barney, this is just the beginning when it comes to chaos. I thought this was just a great little title teaser to and obviously Dr. Robotnik and Shadow are the big reveals that Jim Carrey is coming back as Dr. Robotnik. I'm curious though, is this teaser hitting at time travel? Because I know there was some concept art going around which I think might have been fake. That maybe this movie could be heading towards time travel elements in the story, which I wouldn't mind that. So I'm wondering, is this trail maybe hitting towards time travel where the Sonic movies are going? I know they have a Sonic. I think they have like a Sonic event movie after this, which makes me think that this movie is setting up for that event movie. So I thought this was a great little teaser. I'm excited for Sonic 4 after loving Sonic 3. So I cannot wait for Sonic 4. The next thing I want to talk about is Project Hail Mary. So it opened. It had Chomel in its preview views, and it's tracking to open this week between 70 and 100. Which the tracking has gone up. Originally, it was tracking between 50 to 65, which I think would have been bad. When it comes to this tracking now, was it could open anywhere between 70 and 100 for what it's tracking now. I am glad the tracking went up. I'm still worried about this movie. Like if this movie can open to 100 or more, I would be happy for that. I would be happy for this movie because the budget for Project Hail Mary is 248 plus marking with this movie, which means it's probably close to 300. Hell, it could be even in the three, maybe 300 or slightly over 300, depending on how much they spent on marketing for this movie. Even with just 248 budget, though, I'm worried about this movie because I don't know how big it can go. I am glad with the word of mouth that tracking went up. Like 70 between 700 is better for the budget for this movie than when it was tracking between 50 to 65. I still don't know how big Project Hail Mary is going to be. I'm still worried about whether this movie is going to have enough. Is going to make enough money to break even, to break even, or do really well because of the budget for this movie. Again, this budget for this movie is 240 plus marketing. I just hope with Project Hail Mary that that it has a great second week because it's one of those movies that I really just want more people to go and see. Like, go see Project Hail Mary this weekend. Go see it multiple times because of the budget for this movie. It's just, to me, it's a movie that I want to see do really well. And I think this is a decent start. If it can open between 70 and 100, I still think this movie's going to run into trouble with this budget. So I hope the second week it has a strong hold in the second week. I think if it has a strong hold in the second week, it could end up doing decent overall. I just I'm happy to see it's tracking higher. I am happy about that. I just don't know how I'm not sure if this movie can do well enough for what its budget is. Plus the marketing, or plus that when you add up the marketing with the budget. So we'll see what Project Hail Mary. I think this is to me this is good news that the tracking went up. If it opens between 70 and 100, I think that's a decent start. I just hope it has legs at the box office. The next topic I want to talk about is Kirsten Dunst has joined the Minecraft movie to play the character Alice, who's the character from the games. I haven't played any of the Minecraft games, so I'm not familiar with the lore and characters and all that. So when it comes to Kirsten Dunst joining the Minecraft sequel, this doesn't really excite me. I didn't like the first Minecraft movie, and again, I never played the games. I just thought the first Minecraft movie was really bad. Personally, I just thought it was terrible. It made over 900 though. It made a lot of money, so I totally understand why they're doing a sequel. The games are popular. It made over 900, almost reached a billion. I definitely understand why they're doing a sequel business wise. It's just, and I love Kristen Dunst. I think she's a great actress. So I'm a fan of hers. I just don't. It doesn't matter who you cast in this movie. I just don't have any excitement for the Minecraft sequel. I hope it's better than the first movie. This doesn't make me excited for the sequel. I didn't like the first one, and I just so joining anybody joining the cast for this movie, it just doesn't get me excited when I just wasn't really a fan of the first one, and I'm not a Minecraft fan. So I'm excited for people that are excited for the sequel. This doesn't do anything to get my excitement for this movie up, well, and it doesn't make me interested at all in this movie or excited for this movie. I just didn't like the first one, and I don't. I hope the second one's better. I just don't have any interest in a Minecraft movie personally. I'm excited for the fans though that had fun with love that first movie, and I think she's a great addition to the cast. She's a great actress. I think it's interesting that she's doing this movie because we haven't seen Kristen Dunst do a lot of blockbuster movies in a long time. I feel like the last blockbuster movie we saw in was the Spider-Man movies, and she did with me a why she's doing the Minecraft sequel, which I think is cool. Like she's joining the Minecraft sequel for two reasons. She said in an interview, which was one for kids, which I know a lot of actors do that. They'll join franchises or do films that are for their kids, so kids are big Minecraft fans. So I think that's really cool. and the fact that she wanted to star in a movie that actually made money. Was I do think this movie's gonna make money. I don't know if it's gonna make as much as the first one because the first one, you know, the first one wasn't well received, and I just wonder if the whole meme bit with Minecraft, if that's gonna if it can make the same type of money the first one did. Like I'm not really sure to be honest. I'm wondering if this is one of those things where the first one was such a meme with its trailers, and it had such a fan base, the Minecraft fans and Minecraft video games, that fans showed up because it was the first Minecraft movie. I don't know if the second one can do as well because of how the first one was received. We'll see. Her wanting to do her wanting to join the cast of Minecraft too. I totally understand the fact she wants to do a movie where it has to make money because she's been doing a lot of small independent movies. With, like I said, she's a great actress, and I totally understand why she's doing Minecraft too because she wants to do a movie that like Spider movies where a lot of people are gonna go and see and it's gonna make money, and she's doing it for kids because the kids are Minecraft fans. So I totally get that, and like I said, she's a great actress. I just don't have any excitement for this Minecraft sequel or the franchise personally. The last topic I want to talk about is that James Gunn has confirmed, and this is obvious, that Supergirl is going to take place between Superman and Man Tomorrow. So it's going to take place after Superman 2025, but before the events of Man Tomorrow. Was this? I already figured that because it's showing in the Superman movie she comes to pick up Crypto, so I assume that the story would take place after that. So this isn't really big news to me personally. There was more test. I do want to talk about this also. There was more test screens that came out for Supergirl, and it sounds like they're mostly positive. That's really good. It does sound like I noticed with the test screens, it sounds like that there's one that the main negative I heard from test screens with Supergirl is that it has a very weak villain that's not very interested. Which sometimes I don't mind that. Sometimes I can hurt a comic book movie for me. So we'll see when it comes to Supergirl. So there was more test screens for Supergirl, and it sounds like they're mostly positive, with the main negative being it has a weak villain. Now I'll see when I see the movie. When it comes to taking place between Superman and Man of Tomorrow, I think this makes sense story wise. Like I said, I don't really consider this big news because I just feel like when you saw pick up Krypto and Superman, I assumed it was gonna take place after Superman, and I'm just like, well, that's just obvious. I figured that's where the story was gonna take place. I'm really excited for Supergirl personally. So I think when it comes to this news, this makes total sense where it takes place timeline wise, and it's good that James Gunn is like confirming that this does take place after 2025 Superman and before Man of Tomorrow. So that's all the news today until next time, movie fans.